We'll be using scale degrees not just in the key of C major, but in all of the major keys. When we move from C major to one of the other major keys, our scale degrees will move with us. And the note on which we build the new scale will become our new scale degree 1. Let's look at a couple of examples of this, because I think once you see it in action, this is going to be pretty simple and intuitive. In the second staff, I've built a major scale starting on E flat. I've started on E flat, and I've used that pattern of whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half to create an E flat major scale. Since I'm building the scale on E flat is going to become my new scale degree 1. The next note of the scale, F, will be my new scale degree 2. The next note, G, will be my new scale degree 3. A flat will be my scale degree 4. B flat will be scale degree 5. C will be scale degree 6. D will be scale degree 7, and my E flat on top will be scale degree 8. Remember, we can always think of that again as the beginning of the new scale degree 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've become pretty familiar at this point with the sound of the major scale. So just as an experiment, listen back to back to the scale degrees of the C major scale, and then the scale degrees of the E flat major scale. So here are the scale degrees of the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here are the scale degrees of the E flat major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can hear how the basic melodic pattern of the major scale is reproduced with those 8 scale degrees. Let's look at another example. In the third staff, I've written out a B major scale, and this time, just to save myself a little bit of effort, I've written out the key signature, the 5 sharps that I need for the key of B major. So F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. So I start on B, and I'm still, even though I'm using a key signature, I'm still moving up by that same pattern of whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So even though I'm writing it out a different way, that pattern of half steps and whole steps is exactly the same. But now, since I'm building my scale starting on the note B, B is going to become my new scale degree 1. C sharp, the next note in the scale, becomes my new scale degree 2. D sharp becomes my new scale degree 3. E becomes my new scale degree 4. Sorry about that. E becomes my new scale degree 4. F sharp becomes my new scale degree 5. G sharp becomes my new scale degree 6. A sharp becomes my new scale degree 7. And then the B on top becomes my new scale degree 8. And again, it's going to also be scale degree 1. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just hear all 3 of those scales back to back so we can hear that pattern, how it's similar and yet different because it's starting from a different place. So here's my major scale starting on C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My major scale starting on E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now my major scale starting on B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be true for any of the major scales that we make. If we make a D major scale, our scale degree 1 will start on D, and we'll start numbering our scale degrees up from there. If If we make a major scale on A flat will become our scale degree 1, and we'll start numbering up our scale degrees from there. So this is actually a pretty simple and intuitive idea. Our ears can follow this along, or follow along with this really, really well. And this is going to have a lot of really interesting implications, especially as we start to work on transposing melodies throughout the different keys. So we'll come back to this over and over again over the course of the next few series of videos.